So I'm going to say something really cool about my girlfriend, Ashley. Ashley's a super high performing woman. I love her. I adore her. And she is a super success story. And she's also a mentor and a leader. And she shows up. Haha. She shows up. So isn't it interesting when people decide to get in the work? Ashley's part of my mindset mentor and mastermind group that meets every 2 weeks. And she leads like no other. She's phenomenal. So again, when we do this work, it's not just for ourselves. Here's an example of somebody who's like, nope, it feels good to learn and to grow. And in her case, I'm going to tell you right now, to be reminded, because she knows almost everything that I share with you, because we've worked together for a long, long time. But you still show up. So yeah, you deserve the love, my girlfriend. You deserve the love. So it is now 8:21 on the West Coast, and I'm going to get going this morning. So these are never scripted, right? It's just sometimes I invite speakers, or I've done interviews. I did a poll on the page. Please, please, please go search the page and answer the poll. I'm not going to go look it up right now because it's not today's topic, but I will tell you the source of the three questions. One was, I want this group so I can speak and share my gifts and my knowledge. By the way, I know a lot of women who are speakers. It's kind of a crowd that I run in of these women. I am not super into speaking because I love staying home. I don't want to go on a circuit and speak. That's just me today. Maybe I'll change my mind. But they have tremendous gifts and they can share, and it's free for you to listen. So I've got a couple of great speakers lined up because that was something that you all said you wanted. At this point, it was 29% of you said, yeah, I'd like to speak. Yay, share my gift. The other thing is, what else do you want to get out of this group? And it was support. It was to know that you're not alone in what can sometimes feel like big struggles. I've been a coach for since 2000, certified, okay? Since 2000, and I'm looking up here at my little certificate. I've been certified since 2012. I've been a leader in corporate and business and sales and training my entire life. And if you've read my book, then you know that my survival life, I have to get out there and make a living, started very young. So when I say, I'm 56, almost 57, and I have 40 years of management, I have 40 years of management experience, because my first manager job, not my first job, at 16, when I was going to college, community college at that point, was managing a video store. And then I managed a shoe store. So it's a leadership thing, right? But having the title and then knowing how to do it well, they're kind of two different things. So I want to always make these lives about giving you support and make this group about giving you support, but you need to lean in. You need to know it's safe. This is actually not a space of competition. This is a space of, I run my business and I'm over my head. This is, I'm self-employed and I have 3 kids and I have 3 jobs. I need help. And it might just be, am I crazy? Might be, I'm going to pivot my business. I would love to hear your opinion on this. That's what this group is about. It could be, there's no love left in my marriage. What have you guys done to try and spark it? That type of thing. Oh my gosh, my senior dog, I have to let her out. I'll be back. And then I'm going to get into PIMP, Powerful Important Morning Practice. That'll be your gift this morning. So hold on. Hi.
You are such a saint.
She would for sure sit there and push her nose against me the whole time. Okay, so um, uh, back to the group, quality of the group. It is a quality of the group. Jump on there. Just jump in there. It's actually filling yourself with some yummy stuff. It's not mindless stuff. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it's uplifting. Sometimes it's, hey, I know nothing about marketing. Can somebody help me? Hey, I know nothing about publishing my own book. Can somebody help me? Hey, all these things I just talked about. So number one, please go and answer the poll. We've got 500 people or something in here, and over 100 have viewed the poll and only like 30 have answered it. So help, please. That would be great. Now, we're going to work on your mindset this morning. We're going to give you some gifts and tools for yourself that I wrote in this book. It's an international Amazon best-selling book. I published it in 2019. And there is something called a pimp, because I like to have fun. And so I call it your powerful, important morning practice. Powerful, important morning practice. And you might say, I don't have time for that. Or I am terrible at meditating. Or yeah, me too. Okay. You do have time for it. Make time for it. And if you can only start with literally 2 minutes, then start with 2 minutes. Okay. So I'm going to tell you that your mindset is your responsibility. I had a great talk with psychologist last week. She's my psychiatrist. No, she's not a psychiatrist. She's my psychologist. She's my counselor. She's my therapist. And I touch base with her, maybe 3-4 times a year. If you read my book, I had years of therapy. I think therapy is really important. I also love her because she gives me tools, which is more coach-like. So we could call her my therapist / coach. But we were talking about the mind, and she was telling me something in her words that is the exact same thing I share with my clients, and it's about our thoughts. There's mind problems or things that go on in the mind, and then there's things that go on in real life. I want you to think about this for a second. If you're getting stressed out or anxious or something, is it a mind problem? In other words, is it your thoughts that's creating it? Oh, what if this happens? And what if that happens? I write about that in the book too. Or is it really a problem that's shown up in the world? Most of the time, what keeps us up at night or has us stressed out or, overtired are thought problems. Let me tell you right now, greatest gift ever. Boom, ready? Receive it. Change your thought. Acknowledge you're a mind problem. You're a thought. Good news is you're my thought, and I'm going to replace you. I'm going to think differently. It works. Takes a lot of practice, but it totally works. So that brings me to the morning. And you can do this at night too, but I'm going to give you a menu of things, and then I'm going to talk about a couple of them. Okay, so here's the menu. Write this down. Gratitude. This is my pimp soul food menu. Okay, so number 1 is gratitude or meditation. Number 2, breathing exercises. Number 3 is intentions and affirmations. They're different. People confuse them a lot, especially in the work that I do with my clients. Is I do vision work, and often when they send me their vision, it's an affirmation kind of, but it's a different science. So intentions and affirmations, visualization, and journaling. I hope you wrote these down. Okay, you got them? Excellent. So today I'm actually going to talk about gratitude, because I'm going to teach you or share with you one of the coolest ways to do gratitude. I don't think I have to convince you that gratitude is a shift in you. Gratitude will shift your energy. It'll shift everything. And the way I'm going to teach you to do gratitude today is purposeful. It's not, oh, okay, I did my gratitudes. Because I used to find myself waking up in the morning and going in my gratitude. So lift my vibration. And it started becoming the same repetition every day. I'm grateful for my family. I'm so grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my cozy bed. I'm grateful for my coffee. Yes, I am grateful for all those things. Let's not be confused. I am grateful for all those things, but I'm going to give you a different thing. So grab a notebook if you don't have one, or just remember the steps are easy, but pay attention. So for gratitudes, I want you to grab your notebook. Yes, you can do it on your device if you want, but I prefer that you not stare at a device first thing in the morning if you can. It's just not in your best interest. You get your notebook and you write 5 things. 5 things that you're grateful for. Okay. So this morning, I'm grateful I woke up. I'm grateful for my sweet husband. I'm grateful my kids are all at home and said good night to me last night and came and gave me kisses on the forehead. I am grateful that I get to drink my bulletproof coffee. I'm grateful that I'm down 5 pounds from before I went on my big vacation. There's my 5 things for today, right? So I would write those down and read them. And then you can read them before you go to bed if you want. That's yummy. But tomorrow morning, you're going to read those 5 things. Read the 5 things, and you're going to add a new one. I'm grateful I have the opportunity to serve the women in this business community and network and community. 24 hours later, you're going to read those 6. Add a new one. Next day, read those 7. Add a new one. Here's the thing, you can't repeat. You can't repeat. Hi, Christine. Hi, honey. You can't repeat. What'll happen is you're going to have to start digging pretty deep. You know, give it 15 days, give it 20 days, give it 25 days. We're going to do this for at least 1 month. At least 1 month. Okay. What you're going to find is you're going to find gratitude in even the smallest things. Even when life feels like shit. And it has several times for me in the last year. It's been a tough year. It's been a tough year since COVID, just so you know. And I say that, which my life is brilliant and amazing, but I'm also not in denial of some things. And so these are ways that brings me back and centers me. There's always something to be grateful for. You might be at number 29, and I'm grateful that I'm not living in an environment where I have to electric start my car. I don't know, but you're like, if you put it on and really feel it and visualize it, that's another piece of this. In gratitude, I'm going to ask you to up-level it with a vision. I want you to up-level it when you're talking about what you're grateful for. I just want you to be centered with it, because it's going to change your state. Okay. So this is when we just get ourselves grounded and know that we have all the power in the world within our thinking to change our day, right? Something else that I do regularly, just so you know, I pray in the morning prayers of gratitude. And then the next thing I do is I visualize my day. I visualize my day on fast forward. Like it takes me, I'm not kidding. It takes me 60 seconds max, maybe 35 seconds, because I just visualize my day in the greatest and ask for support from the powers that be. I'm going to do a workshop. Hi, Rebecca. I'm going to do a workshop tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Pacific time. It's a really cool workshop. I've done it like, I don't know, 30 times, maybe. I don't know, maybe more than that. It's only like an hour and a half. I keep the numbers down, just so you know. I will, if you've tried to register for it and it's blocked you, sorry, you're gonna have to wait. And I only say that because I want to interact and support you in the workshop. It is a gift. It is free. The last one I did in March, I charged for. So, it just depends on where my space is. But this workshop is going to give you a ton of these tools, give you great visualization, great life design, your life, and you'll use what you want, but it's transformative. So if you haven't registered, my executive team has been blasting all over the place about this workshop. Go in and register. Now, don't register if you're just going to let it run in the background, because it's actually a workshop. You actually participate, okay? You actually are going to create a vision for your life, and I'm going to teach you how to do it, and I'm going to teach you the science behind it. And it's really cool. And I'm going to tell you right now, everybody that's commented live right now, again, they're doing the work. They've showed up. They do the workshops with me, even though they may have done the workshops 7 times, 20 times. The material hasn't really changed, the material I'm going to teach. But my clients have changed. The attendees have changed. Therefore, it'll land differently on them. Just like I messaged talking to my counselor, my therapist. She shared something with me that I share with people every day, but she said it to me differently. It landed on me differently. And I went, okay, this is how it lands. Now I get it. I'm so excited too, Becca. Anyway, does anybody have any questions this morning? I don't want to bore you. And I hope this served you. That's always my intention, is to be a give for all y'all. Any questions? Oh, now I'm looking at myself in the Zoom and I look dressed up this morning. This is actually a workout outfit. Yay. It's gotten warm and muggy here in Cabo San Lucas. So, and I have to mention it. I mention it every week, and I get hot flashes. So I got to dress down. All right. Any questions? Any comments? Any takeaways from this morning? I'll wait because I know there's a delay, and I'm going to drink my little bulletproof coffee. I know, Ashley, thanks for being open to the reminders. Thanks for being open to the reminders. We're always learning, you know? I write in this book, be afraid of, I know that. Oh, I know that. It's poison. It's like the worst. It's not the worst. There's a lot of things that are worse, but steer clear of, I know that. I know I should do this, but I know I shouldn't think this way, but anyway. Good morning, beautiful women. Thank you for showing up. And I'm going to get to work and get on with my day. And Rebecca says, sorry for those questioning the workshop, just show up. Thanks, love. Thanks, love. And I'll see you this afternoon too. Mwah. Okay, girls, sending so much love, and visualize an amazing day for yourselves. This is just what life looks like as it's working out. See you soon.